just gonna do a quick get ready with me. I know I've been gone for a little while. I'll probably explain why in another vlog, and it's not that deep. Relax. But I just wanted to put out a video with some new grad nurse advice from a new grad. So, I mean, advice is advice. You guys could choose to take it if you want to. Obviously, this is not a one size fits all. And of course, since I am new, this will be updated eventually. Like, there might be several parts. But as I started my nursing journey, took my NCLEX in August, passed, been in the ED since. I just wanted to give, in no particular order, some advice to the new grads out there, because I know everything can get overwhelming at times. So this is just a general reminder to take it easy. Being said, let's get into it. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is real. You're going to experience it. It honestly, in my opinion, it would never leave your nursing career, because as much as you want to do and be the greatest nurse and jack of all trades in the nursing field, sometimes it won't happen. Sometimes you'll be in rooms or departments where you feel like you don't belong, or sometimes, just like nursing school, you won't exactly get all the concepts and you will feel inadequate. I'm here to tell you, imposter syndrome starts in nursing school. It starts in nursing school because, again, when you start nursing school, everything is information overload, and you're trying to remember and memorize all this information that not necessarily you're gonna need, but it all really depends on what floor you're gonna be on. Like, you know, are you gonna be a med surg nurse? Are you gonna be an ICU nurse? Or ICU nurse? Are you going to be a ER nurse? Like, it really depends. Your skills really depend on, you know, your specialty, you know? So, labor and delivery nurses, like, all you're ever gonna see is mother and baby, or if you're an EQ nurse, just babies. Like, it really depends. So that part of nursing school honestly just really depends. And then sometimes, let's say you want to be an L&D nurse, but mother baby kicked your ass in nursing school. It's okay, because there are things that you will learn that are hands-on, on the floor, that will make you a great nurse. Nursing school does not teach you how to be a nurse. It doesn't. It gives you an education and a baseline foundation of all the things you need to know nursing. It doesn't hone into your specific specialty. It touches on them briefly. And obviously, again, nursing school is definitely information overload. So, you know, give yourselves grace. You're always gonna feel dumb. You're always gonna feel dumb. Like, there's some subjects you'll feel very smart in, but nursing school will always make you feel dumber than you are. I promise you, everybody has had one of those moments. And you know what? It's okay. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be in the specialty that of your liking that you choose. And don't let nobody trick you out your spot, okay? Don't let that one test discourage you from being a nurse. Don't let that one teacher who wants to eat their young discourage you. Keep going, keep pushing. Don't let the imposter syndrome win, okay? It's there, it's always gonna be there. It's your job to tell that little, be quiet, okay? Because you wanna learn to network. So while you're on the job, yes, orientation can be intimidating, but you want to learn to network. When I say learn to network, I mean, you don't know everything about your floor. Like, you know, find the nurse who is good at whatever it is. Like, for instance, I work in the ED. So of course we have trauma nurses, trauma certified nurses. We have nurses who can literally start an IV in your eyeball. Okay, like they don't miss a vein ever. You tell them, oh, I have rolling veins, or I have no veins, I didn't bring my veins today. I'm telling you, they won't even call in the IV team. Like, they can sniff out a vein. Like, for me personally, I'm good at starting I'm good at starting IVs. But I wanted to learn, like, I wanted to become the vein whisperer. Like, because not all patients are created the same. Different patients are different colors, shapes, sizes. You see everything. So, like, it's not like I get the same standard patient, every day. So obviously I'm practicing my IVs, but there's been moments where, I can't get an IV because I really can't find it. I don't know how to just find the vein. I done all the tricks, anatomy where they're supposed to be and they're not, and I need help. So of course I call in a subject matter expert and they teach me. You want to network with those people. You want to sponge the knowledge of those people in your specialty who know a lot about something and who is willing to teach you. Like, they do not mind, like, hey, like, if they have a patient and you're not busy, hey, can I watch you do this? Hey, can I watch you do that? Like, don't be scared to ask for help on your skills, because that's what makes you a better nurse. And it lessens the imposter syndrome. It lessens the intimidation. Like, don't be afraid to network. Get out there on your floor and find the subject matter experts. Like, don't just blow in the wind and rely on you can have a good preceptor, don't get me wrong, but don't just rely on that. Network on your floor. There's somebody on your floor who's willing to teach you. There's somebody willing to, take you under their wing and make sure that, you are okay. That you are okay. Please. Biggest thing that you'll ever hear from me is go network. And also continue education. Seek out continuing education. Like, don't just go to courses just to go to courses. Like, really go to courses that, you want to learn more about. Like, some hospitals reimburse you for, going to those classes or courses. Like, I know we're all tired and we all think we're done with school, but nursing is evolving. It is something that is constantly evolving, and it's something that you need to be aware of with the changing times. There's a lot of things that changes, like, and we want to be a part of those changes. Like, some of us we are the people who are going to end up being on a nursing board. Like, you know what I'm saying? On the board of nursing in our state, maybe for even, the country. Like, these are things that we have to know about, all of these things. Like, life takes us places, but nursing is something that is constantly evolving. So just make sure you guys are just continuing practicing your skills, getting that continuing education, keeping yourself sharpest tool in the box. Like, so that's 2. Number 3, I would definitely say is, in nursing, you gotta have tough skin. You have to have tough skin. You could be the nicest person in the world, and I'm telling you, people, especially nurses, you're a new grad nurse. The older nurses will take advantage of you. They will either take advantage or they will talk crap about you. And, again, you go to work, and not everybody's your friend, and it's sad that, you can't have a teamwork kind of environment. But nursing is a type of environment where you need to be careful. Because if you're not careful, I'm telling you, these nurses, and it's not necessarily old nurses, it's like newer, younger nurses that are bullies too. Like, you need to have tough skin. You need to be able to speak up. You need to be able to tell someone, hey, okay. Like, check someone at the door, professionally, of course, and if okay. But you need to have some tough skin, because there are doctors who are condescending that you need to check. Because again, some doctors really believe that they play God. Like, and it's a complex. It's really a complex. Like, You know, sometimes you will meet the sweetest doctors, like, you know, sweetest PAs. And they're really genuine, kind-hearted souls. And then sometimes you would just meet these doctors who literally believe that they walk on water and that they play God. Like, it's really complex. And, like, they will belittle you because you don't know something. But then again, because you don't know it. I mean, it could be good to know, but it can also be out of your scope, you know? And not being funny. Like, I think the other night, I told the doctor, don't be afraid to compliment doctors too, because we were having trouble starting an IV to the point where, again, we called in the expert, come get this IV started. I'm talking about the sonogram machine and everything. We are getting this IV started, and we just couldn't get it because honey was really dehydrated. Like, it was bad. Like, even if the trauma nurse who used the sonogram to find your IV couldn't get it, it was bad. And we told one of the doctors. And he said, don't call the IV team. I'll come in there and do it. And I was like, because I've never seen that. And he literally went in there. And I went in there too because I wanted to see. He went in there and he did it. He did it. He found, it took a little while, but he found it. He started the IV. And then when we wrapped up and I was cleaning up, like, you know, I pulled this aside. I was like, you know, Dr. So-and-so, I was like, you know, it's not often that I see an MD practicing those skills because, you know, if we can do it, they definitely can do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But of course, there's certain things that they don't do it. They don't do our skills. We do our skills and they do whatever they want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was very nice and refreshing to see a doctor actually, you know, practicing and using those skills. And he's fairly new. And he told me, he was like, no, I like doing my skills. He was like, I would never not stop practicing my skills. He was like, I understand, like, you know, I can delegate it for you to do, but if you ever need help, come in and find me. And you know what, that was very appreciative. Like, so I definitely, he's in my I'm gonna prick your brain box when I want to learn something, because he's not opposed to teaching me anything, like a drug. When I asked for it for a different route, he explained why we couldn't do it an IV route versus a shot, like, you know, like per patient condition. He's like, we can. He's like, however, we're just gonna have to do a lot of other things if we give an IV route. Like, it's not bad to the patient, however, it's just more work on us. And you know what? You know, like, it's little things like that. But anyway, having tough skin. Like, don't let nobody bully you. Always speak up. If it doesn't seem, remember your license is on the line. Everybody has a license, okay? All right? And if a task is out of your scope, remind that person that it is out that your scope and don't complete the task, because reporting to the board of nursing goes both ways. You can report the person asking you to do a task outside of your scope, and the person who asked you to do the task and you did it anyway can report you for doing the task. There's shady people like that. Know your scope of practice, okay? Make sure you're not out here just doing anything all whatever hunky-dory, for lack of better words, because I'm telling you, your license is on the line, and ooh, we don't want any of that to be an issue. Nowhere near an issue, because I'm telling you, there are shady people who would know it's outside of your practice, and you being a new grad nurse who is not necessarily ignorant, but you don't necessarily know yet. I mean, you know, because you have that information to look back on, but let's be honest. Orientation can get really, really intimidating. So are you really looking at what you can and can't do besides what the hospital tells you in your particular department, what you can and can't do? Which is also a reason why you should always have the hospital policy of what your scope of practice is, and know your scope of practice for your state, for said state. Those things will always play hand in hand, and they will always come back at you. I'm telling you, know both. You're not gonna get it in the first try, but at least once a week, make sure you're looking at your hospital policy. What Look at the hospital policy and look at your department policy. I'm telling you, that's where it'll get tricky, because per board of nursing, you could be allowed to do something. Per the hospital, you could be allowed to do something, but per your department, you may not be allowed to do it. So even if it's in your scope of practice and you're not allowed to do it on your department, you can still get in trouble. Also, this is just it's a random tip. Make sure you have nursing insurance, something that's going to protect you, because at the end of the day, these hospitals really don't care about you. You are just a number. You think if you mess up and the family sues you that the hospital is protecting you? They will replace you so fast. Please remember, and I don't mean to be like that, but please remember, you are just a number to these hospitals. They really don't care. I mean, and it's facts. Like, look at all these nurses who's, med errors, going to court. You think the hospital supported them? Hospital paid out the family and left that nurse high and dry. And it's happened multiple times. So make sure you get some nursing insurance. That was a side tidbit. Again, your license is on the line. Protect your license. Speak up. Don't let nobody bully you or trick you out your spot. Stay away from gossip. I know that sounds duh, but for real, stay away from gossip. Gossip is your quickest downfall. the quickest. It's the quickest meaner energy. It's really, it serves no purpose. Please stay away from gossip. Like, I'm talking about the break room tea. Like, look, just be that person who will listen. When I say listen, I mean like whoever is venting to you, you just therapeutic communication, they ask. Because I'm telling you, the moment you say something, the moment you indulge in it, your name is getting put in something that you didn't think it was going to get put in. And when it gets checked, because it will get checked, because when a rumor flies, you already know how that goes. It will get checked. Your name got put in something that got no business for your name being in. And it turns into a big he said, she said. And I'm telling you for a fact, you're going to be in somebody's office. Somebody going to call you a bully. Stay away from the gossip. Stay away. Stay away from the gossip. Do not indulge in it. It is not worth it on any level. It is not worth it. Because again, these people don't care. Like, go to work and do your job. These people do not care. Like, there is snakes in nursing. The person smiling in your face will be that same person reporting you for talking about whatever the fact is. The same people who smile in your face and tell you, oh my God, you're doing the job, with the same people who would turn around and talk so much about you. I've seen it firsthand. And that's the part of nursing where I really hate. Like, you would have people genuinely smile in your face, like, oh my God, yeah, da, 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 and talk to you, and then turn around and then talk about you. Okay? Please. I've seen it firsthand. It's happened to me. It's happened to me in the military, because I've never been the girl. Like, I promise you, I've never had to rely on somebody. And for instance, it's always my car. My car is always a statement piece, no matter the job. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I promise you it has happened to me. In the military, as a young PFC, I'm coming into the fleet with a brand new, what did I have? A brand new 2012 Infinity. To you, that might be, okay, cool. But to the people in the fleet, the type of car that I was driving at my age, how was she affording that? How was she... I'm telling you, it starts. How is she affording that? They thought I sold drugs. I'm talking about, they looked at my finances because my car was new and it was the top of the line model. And it wasn't even that deep. It's an Infinity. I'm talking about higher ups will harass you and try to figure out what you do on the side to get you in trouble. And luckily, I had some good leadership that combated that. So the running joke is like, I'm expensive. It's an Infinity. You got people, because not being funny, the higher ups would drive the nice cars, and like the younger Marines would drive like the beat up cars. Not me. Not me. That wasn't my style. Like, that was my gift to myself. I graduated boot camp. Please, I'm going to show out. I've always, to this day, again, case in point, I drive a Beamer. It's a new 2024 Beamer, parked on a lot. You think they ain't start talking about? They look at me, because I don't look my age. They look at me, they look at what they driving, and it starts. And I've already heard it, and I was like, and I just say, oh, okay. Like, sorry that I like nice things. I don't know. And again, y'all know, that was my graduation gift to myself. Like, I'm never going to stop spoiling myself, but I'm telling you, it'd be little things like that where people will really be watching you. They pocket watch you, and they will talk about you like a dog. Please stay out of gossip. Please stay out of other people's business. It don't serve nobody. It don't serve nobody, because I swear it costs $0 to just mind your business. It's free. And I'm telling you, especially, it gets real cliquish too. So the moment you start indulging, you're picking sides with a clique. Not all cliques are created equal, but I'm telling you, just stay out of the gossip. It's not even worth it. And to caveat that, let's get into social media. And it's not even a long-winded conversation. Watch who you have on your social media. Again, not every coworker is your friend. So when you're adding people on social media, because some people like to bulk add, like, oh, like I work with this person, and just add them. Some people are adding you for the pure purpose of being nosy, to talk about you. Protect your energy and protect your peace. Okay? Like, I'm one of those people. Like, if it says under who you may know, and I see that it's a coworker, I block them. And ain't no shame in my game. I block them. I done blocked half the damn ED staff so far. Well, no, actually majority. I don't know day shift, so I can say half. But night shift, I blocked them. Because I already know you're going to try to be on my Facebook, finding out information, and there's nothing there. There's nothing for you to find. But, of course, somebody is going to dig up something from way back when that I was a teenager and probably posted and said, And I didn't say anything crazy on Facebook, in my opinion. I've never said anything crazy or stupid, so my account's never been banned, blocked, or anything like that, so it's quite interesting what people would do. Stay off whatever your social media is. If you know, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you watch who you at. So if you're the type of person who to be on your social media and having all these rants, raves, and you discuss politics and the whole nine, just please understand that there's people who are not going to agree with you. Understand that. There's also people at your job who don't like you, who will not agree with you. So the moment you start talking about certain topics, they will find that you're fueling them. You're fueling them to start so much drama with you. I'm not saying you have to have your page on lockdown. I'm saying protect your peace. Either block them, don't add them. If you are adding people on your social media, just be aware. Be aware. Be aware. Be mindful of what you're posting. Because in this day and age, I'm telling you, the new thing now is to run back your social media, is to dox you, is to do a whole bunch of things. And we don't want that. Again, any little thing can affect your license. Please. It can affect your job. Just please be mindful. Please be mindful. Separate work and home. Like, I'm not saying you can't have nursing friends. That is not what I'm saying. I want you to have, a bond with somebody. Have that one friend in nursing, either from nursing school, who's like being your ride or die. Those people exist. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people who you don't really speak to at work, but yet, or they don't speak to you, but they're on your social media. Watch them. Because I'm telling you, it leads back to gossip. And it be the people who you think It's not only nurses. It's techs, it's doctors. They know all the tea too, surprisingly. You wouldn't think that, but they do. Especially them techs. Them techs be knowing the fucking tea, okay? You think they don't know. No, they know. They know all the tea. So please, again, just protect your peace. And if you don't want to, again, you don't have to follow anything that I'm saying. This is just my unsolicited advice about friends in the workplace. Now, me personally, the only person that I actually have on my page from work is my preceptor. Because after I learned everything and what I learned, she still teaches me. She's very good at her job. She is just very, I'm telling you, she be giving me anxiety because I don't really be panicking, but she be panicking. But it's low-key the time of when I went into the ER. Meaning, I went during Christmas chaos, like the end of the year chaos, which damn near took me out. And if you're ever starting a rotation in ER and you start in September, I'm telling you, October, November, December will always take you out. But it's a good learning curve because you get to learn a lot. You get to see a lot. Your hospital stays full. That waiting room never gets cleared. I'm talking you, the amount of stress that you go through is crazy. But I didn't know, she has a certain teaching method, and I'm not even going to hold you. While I was like, oh my God, she's always panicking. In hindsight, it paid off. Because now I don't even flinch. As soon as I hear something come through the door, I'm at the door. I'm doing, it's so automatic to me. And she sat down and she explained it. She was like, my intention was not to put more on you. She was like, now there were some days where I couldn't even get my head to be on straight. And I apologize for that. She said, but my intention with teaching you is to make sure that you know the ER is it's a very fast-paced environment. Yes, you see people sitting down. You see them eating at their desk. You see them chilling. She was like, that's not always the perception of the ER. It is fast-paced. You need to learn how to do an IV. She was like, you don't have to do an IV, and there's no set amount of time to start an IV. But if you're trying to be a trauma nurse, you got to know where these lines are, what this needs to be, what you need to always have on you. You need to know all these things. So when things come through the door now, I grab and go. I don't have to look and be like, oh, where's this? The stock room. Know your stock room. I sat down and I learned that stock room. I would stand there and just look at things, where things are organized. Because when you're calling for these things in a trauma code, you have to know where these things are. The trauma card. I go into trauma every now and again, but I know that trauma card. I know if they ask me for whatever the physicians ask me for, I could be the runner and I can go get it. You know what I'm saying? Those things, I didn't know at the time that was a teaching point. To me, she was just stressing me out, but it was really a teaching point. And not to be funny, the environment, again, during that time frame in the ER is very, very, very high-paced, very stressful. It's not that year-round, thank God. And now we're kind of in a down season. So we can clear the waiting room by 9 p.m. and just be quiet all night. But still, I think if I would have started now, I would have just been used to what it's like now versus seeing what it's like starting in October. And I don't necessarily know if I probably would have cried. But anyway, next, stay away from them doctors. Stay away from them fast. Everything fast, stay away from it. I'm telling you, stay away from the doctor. Stay away from that one dude that worked in supply that always visits your floor that swear you were the beautifulest thing he's ever seen, which could be very well be true. Stay away. Stay away from them techs. Stay away from them PAs. Stay away from the nurses. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away. Honestly, in my personal opinion, you should not be shitting where you eat at. You should not be doing that. And if you are doing that, it should still be in a professional manner, right? It should still be held professionally, because there's people, this leads to gossip. And of course, there's people who will try you and try a relationship on the job. Like, I'm just, please, you brand new, you don't know nobody, but he's over here like fresh meat. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, please. I don't think I need any more details for that. Just leave him alone. I don't care how cute he looks. Just, please, dear God, just leave him alone. For the sake of everything being holy, just leave him alone. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Like, because I'm gonna tell you something, and it happens a lot. Dudes will see nurses, they will see the money sign. They would date the nurses, but you ain't the only nurse that they're dating. You know, he can have you on this floor and somebody else on the other side of the hospital. Y'all don't know each other. Y'all won't ever know until something nasty like an STD pop out. He getting checked. You getting checked. Y'all all sitting in employee health looking at each other like, huh? And then next thing you know, a fight breaks out because how y'all all got the same STD at the same time? Please, just evade it like the plague. Evade it like the plague. Like, don't even worry about it. Don't pay no mind. Don't pay no attention to it. Just please, like, let's just act like this ain't even happening. Let's just not date in the workplace. Like, unless you can keep it professional, unless you can actively vet out these people, you know, like, please, let's just not date in the professional setting. Like, let's not date where we work at. It complicates things real fast. Like, and I think I don't need to harp on that. So I think you guys get the point. But last but not least, remember to give yourself grace. Like, I can't stop telling you that, like, because again, you're not gonna know everything. You're not gonna be. Give yourself grace. You know, don't beat yourself up. Please ask for help. Never be afraid to ask for help. Give yourself grace. Again, give yourself grace. You're not always gonna have the kindest patient. You're not always going to be the superstar that did something within a certain amount of time. Like, you know, we make mistakes. You know, some mistakes are bigger than others, but again, all mistakes are lessons learned. You know, remember, again, patient safety. I can't harp on that. Remember your 6 rights of medication. You know, like, please protect yourself, protect the patient, and give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Because one day you're not going to be a new grad nurse. One day you're going to be a seasoned nurse. And life's going to be beautiful. One day you're going to have your own student, you know, who reminds you that you are also a student. You know what I'm saying? Like, give yourself grace. And remember to give them the same amount of grace that you needed too. Be the person who you needed in nursing school. Be the type of nurse you needed. Be the type of preceptor that you needed in nursing school. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't eat your young. Help them. You know? Because, again, the same people, it's a cycle. Because you got bullied, you feel like you need to bully someone else. Don't do that. Protect the innocent, okay? Like, they literally don't know. Like, they don't know. And pray that they never have to experience that. But all that to say, just be a decent human being. Like, it costs nothing to be a decent human being. There's a lot of hate in this world. It costs nothing to be nice. You know? It costs nothing to give yourself grace and stop beating yourself up about things that you have no control over. Be like, you know, if you have control over it, then we can change it. If you don't know something, we can find out the answer. give yourself grace at the end of the day. Grace is always needed. Grace is always be extended. But again, at the same time, don't let nobody play with you. Okay? Because grace runs out. Grace runs out. But give yourself grace. Okay? So, I'm going to go put on these clothes and I'll be right back, guys. So this is my finished look. Okay, while I am still on time, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope that these tips that you will actually take and put into practice. If I missed anything, and again, this is just me being a new grad nurse. This is just what, 4 or 5 months in. So of course this list is not all inclusive. Of course, I'm going to give an update later, but if I did miss anything, or if you guys want to touch on anything that I said, please feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you do like this content. What else? If you have something that you want to talk about, again, drop that in the comments and we can go back and forth. I can make a video about it. It's no big deal. But yeah, before I become late, because I'm on time, I'm going to get off here, okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.